Yes, hello, good morning to our channel, Ivan Che Innocent One here on YouTube. And early Sunday morning, will be a fresh news updates and development going on in Ghana. That is what we're going to discuss today. My culture said we are committed to ensuring, say, being a good governance. Na near my no will benefit the average and ordinary Ghanaian. Na governance and may opportunity for few misguided, greedy guys capitalize on the ignorance of the people and make money at the expense of the people, and they will end up impoverishing majority of the people. So we are here to keep bull's eye on government and make sure say we always do the right thing. I be benefit and crow for no how that man ya Ghana for ne namu ewo amanfo kuro na amanfo aman so no eto betwa ka onye obiara no ho atɔ I think say we need to say the yetimi tutu niema ye na yesesa the political narrative going forward. Sebeya niema bekoye. So we logo now down. That's my new logo. Ivan Che Innocent One here on YouTube. I catch yourself to be part of this particular family. Not just subscribe to the channel and be part of this community. Let's grow. Let's learn together. Early Sunday morning, and there are a number of issues I become one has to do with President Mahama, some of the decisions are what taken so far, and I think so far so good, because if you look at some of the executive directives free in the office, but clearly no, in some all kind yes early stages no, but you know he's walking the talk so that we see and one thing I very key as I become and before I even start this conversation has to do with this gas, the looming doom saw any whole lot of issues Yekoko drew a point to say reserve I say war for national security purposes or minor yenyashi krano except bust as an institution it mean making sure say you were almost 6 weeks of oil reserve I see her as a to dear dear yen sabakanda particular gas and for national security reasons sabi or minor plunge into darkness and the insisaya da ho ne say anya hwe kra except bust etiminya your friend say about 6 week storage of oil I wo ha eto de adin say yanka be but and ukọ buster reporter air say zero, there is absolutely nothing I'm keep you yet because the intent and the purposes for the creation of Boston no and you no more there yet people were rather using bust as a tool on the market here people were making money. But the core duty I they establish a boss say betimi aye box storage say to the Ghana nya bi no boss scandals are cause okroma e kase ye kwa enti enne it is south to announce to Ghanaians say boss I him say aye the last man standing to the dia because when I listen to the conversation there cause no na menim say anya hwe ebia boss side no omunya nko not knowing say boss and reserve anything for ubia. And the government knew, say after transition, you know, you need oil be our baby. They didn't notify anything because so according to transition, you know, crop process period na, they didn't even declare say such crisis looming until say change you know by way you know, and I even who say oil na air run away your machine, you know, say enya san, you just 5 hour stock, which is very sad. And it's not supposed to happen this way. But unfortunately, very unfortunately, though, that is the situation we have at hand. But I like the swift response the new president, John Dramani Mahama, Akase. He'll do everything to ensure say Ghana will not go into darkness. Because I hear Oshia, call Muslims, maybe are now more national prayers and the assurance that he gave. And you also saw your friend is a directive for Myanmar. A chief of staff, a meeting with experts, and other executive committee, energy minister, no can try say just to come out with proper measures. A bit me about bontia, and no ya no or mine on sabaka, your fence gas and then as a for no mama, yet media power your plant. And the question is, why would the Akufo-Addo government sit aloof? All this while when they know, say you need oil and gas, ye or mine ye better rely on to power our power plants. They knew during the transition period, they knew all these things. So the question is was it deliberate And I said, Adia ye shadaye. And why is it a bust? Any reserve ever? These are questions that I think that Ghana for can answer, because you see, sometimes all kind of people might think that a binding I won't pen a seven and so forth, but I think that these are issues that Ghana for whom why we are here today, because Anya Shekrano bust was supposed to keep a reserve of about six weeks storage. Or more to the idea you bet me rely, but to a point there is nothing at bust or minor reserve. I say I rely is just come on, it's so embarrassing and a chill near my Ghana for a farm all these years. But I think that the swift response and the approach by new government just to ensure say you bet me a jump over this hurdle. No, there are contingency and the measures that I hope say bet my employee just to ensure say you bet me save the situation. Then as for our neighboring countries, Nigeria, I know there is a key where other countries will just go, but sometimes it will have to take some financial re-engineering to be able to, because your emergency situation, to get some of these things. And sometimes a bar just oil no be drew anya buy ya na with the kogu or plant even as for, because planting will be able to use light crude oil, heavy, and those distillates, different types depending on which particular machine would be gum. I think that yentiment no my muha emfa politics enya ye ho abro, and it's unfortunate akufo the government adjust had the way to wa wajan ho akọ. Good. Second issue, I make with the directive by the president, or directed the IGP say or investigate your friend saying Techiman nipa ngotwe a yebo mutuo 2020, and then 4 others who move here in this recent election. So we're talking about 12 people during elections. Don't forget in the history of this fourth republic, you go into elections and that's for them. And see that say you go elections na sa to pay you kunipa to extend say 1 year 2020 election year you kunipa 4, and then nipa say president out here so will be sensible enough to say oh enya nkokwa na yeku omo na enya nkraman na yeku omo nipa hanya hwe sabi say ensem hunu kura na sa ankrofo yikodi ye no mudi nya omu a omo wa busuafo. The state need to do something sabi ya busuafo na koma beto omo yam. But President Akufo-Addo on no occasion nipo mo twa de ho ahia obi en ho hu nyansa aka kire ne sa papa, it is very very important say yebetimi ahwehwe sa ade wem wote de kosi ye nsama amanfo ka fa ho na sefo yatena kroma for 4 good years. The president, it didn't move the president to say may ye investigation. So that is the reason why I think President Mahama, a few days in his presidency, 3 days into his presidency, what would they need to call for investigation into some of these things? The only disagreement and war has to do with the IGP leading this investigation, because I think that most of the crime, a committee and police personnel were involved. So asking the IGP to form a team to investigate, I have my doubt. But that doesn't take away the fact that true to his commitment and his promise of investigating why. And I think it's a positive a give assurance. I mean, so kaya watch my video I'm expecting the new government will constitute investigations into this killings during our elections. Techiman nanwada they see ye Abrantie Salasa Yekokuno, and aside that the police service kasa some individuals via omofa kuntunu kwan so ama omahwiro omonkwa through this bullion van attacks and na for ema owirem fi say police training school. There was this officers yes omona no moye the campaigns behind this bullion van robbery young police officers life ahead of them. These people were in police custody and come back investigation as to why they involved. Because for a senior police officer to be involved in such act, it means so that is what we wanted to see, what we wanted to know. And the bit who said say ye grele these people near bisomo. Ye niti say a police IGP say ye former no pass omunko chere baby akromfo omukọ ye no ye nku obi asesa ankrofo me ensa sa ankrofo mienu no shoot out be ye ku omo. Yatena Chroma same we are bra. So calling the IGP to investigate this particular case, I'm expecting say IGP na nkasa na the police nso no yebenya independent body be some of these killings are cause. So don't forget say okon kranza yehu de si ye abranti a yekofa na woni dem ahomache for a week na nabusuanfo hu ne da omoni ba na ho so yabo abranti na wu my honsama enkranza mrantie tisi abonten yenko yemro police for wiye na yasin aku another person yasin aka ho saa niema we nyina bia ni ho a anda akufo ado otimi nya temama nipa se nipa nya nkokọ. Let us investigate some of these things till date ontumi nya. So I'm hoping say after this particular investigation I also into this Techiman and the recent elections, yebekom na saa police killings na akoswa ma we remfi botiano na ya say people who were doing sand winning na say for police for kojina okobo nipa almost be 15 to okuomo we numbers no kwa mo ba bonte no na nya no kre, because if you speak to people or more your friends say botiano area ho mbaka cho say those people were living innocent is the reason why na indigenous no mo ho no were protesting and fighting the police. Sa nkrofo ya mabeku omo nya akromfo na mbom asase no na ye nkrofo bi de na omo so omo mpene ma omo meyusu na ye kofa police fo asa na ma no kosi ye no. So all these things and this particular issue America ho asem surface in parliament man be a huge debate ma ye kan ho asem. So I think so far so good. The approach by President Mahama is positive because so far nsem na okeka ye ni nyina no ogusu a all working one after the other and Tanyama way and ebitime embolden trust ema manfo nya confidence na hotoso wo man no mu a betimi aboa ma yenyina ya move on, because my culture say oman chechire one person cannot do. One person intimate mind, it will take the collective mind and the collective effort of us all as people in this country. Now you're committed to building by collaborating. You idea nim the na se for ba ade or mind mind penning for here your support, and for them to get that support, it's only when they do the right thing. So when you walk the talk like this, I know the day you're able to put everybody. I catch us we all want the betterment of this country, and Obia we are committed to doing it. We will give our support and make sure say we do the right thing. So far so good. I think he has really done well going forward. So and that topic back one very very important. It has to do with the ministerial appointments in the past. President Mahama ne campaign or can't chere Ghana for mobiati say ministerial we no obeti so ama naba form, and because now one of the major issues na Ghana for war abraku for adoba or for me the biggest size of government unprecedented in the history of this country. The number of ministries here or for me na krom ha ne yenhu bida obekaya justification or the man then they say aban nyuma no doso, and that he needed to do these things just to ensure. Just let me just do this thing and just a minute. Thank you very much. I'm back. So ministries are not me come once a year. Now your friends concerns are not Ghana for a raise over the period there. Now it has to do with the number of ministries. President Akufo-Addo pake ni bebre. Yakobisa no or say adwuma no so. And that here a lot of people to do this work. You catch it all say. And the modern governance, it's about efficiency. It's not about putting up a large size of government and achieve anything. In the end, aban na of forming the biggest size of government in the history of this country, no. On the turn up to be the most useless government in the history of this country. Actually, say, I don't know where bagaya. It doesn't achieve anything. And he should have listened to us. So it became one of the concerns, especially when government expenditure and as for were overblown. Ministerial size and as for for instance, my more example. So oko agric here. I'm just hoping say I can upload this thing for you to see. And one of the things that President Akufo-Addo to me no Okroma say, especially if you go to the field of agriculture, nema onya adaji ye no Okroma say no na nya de ketwa. Let me try to enlarge this thing so that you can see and see it well. Adia oye ewo Okroma say. It's on your screen now. Say Osha Ministry of Agric. Minister of Agric na uhunu. Aye akoto osei afriye and na the main Minister of Agriculture. Body o body wa bon chen ade bia. Akokra na no twi yomo no. Wa bon ene hwe nyeye. Ewie na oton body e wo ministries. Cause of a gross and sincere incompetence that these people displayed. Ewie ministry na yede ye policy ne na sefo no na body na oton no ho. This agric ministry no enya deputies mako and 9 natie. He had a Honorable Kennedy Osei deputy minister in charge of horticulture. Obenya Honorable George Oduro, deputy minister in charge of perennial crops na sabi umodama. Dr. Sagre is it Bangabgi, deputy minister annual crops. The Honorable G.L.A. Nura, Minister of State for Agriculture. So agric ministry nkwana yawo ministers too, because the other one was a minister of state at the presidency. Minister of State for Agric. And then yawo Minister of Agric na kasa. And to which means a duplication of portfolios na sefo nkwana na ekoso under President Akufo-Addo. As I uncle we are omudin by me obia ni ho no number. Useless appointment in useless work and I don't more. Nina koso my government expenditure by at the end of the 8 at the BM. So the promise then was that we need to resize, because our TMO TV so my concern has to do with the large size of government, and there is the need for us to just downsize it drastically, because I believe in efficiency, not the size of we ever put it up. And when he made a promise about cutting down the ministry today, I think another executive instrument, another executive directive, your friends are from the presidency. Why size one of his presidential powers what downsizing the ministry from 30 to 23. We are hoping that 60 now can, he will definitely achieve it, because 23 ministries and yet we are Akufo-Addo de beke kan ho ya 6 other regions out the back ho ya nka 10 plus 10 regions 10 regional ministers in the number today is 16. I can we ho clearly a choice says some of the ministries if you are to go by this exact 60, some will not even have deputy ministers. I think that efficiency na ye panel going forward, we will be talking about how to even reduce it further, because I don't see the reason why Ghana must always appoint a large size of ministers and as for how much we spend on them and as for no sabinyansa be anim. And so your friend saying directive President Mahama de ababonti na and now be list in our I don't know whether you can read it, but I will mention it one after the other for you here. And let an executive instrument in the year Civil Service Ministries Instrument 2025 in exercise of the powers conferred on the President under Section 11.3 of the Civil Service Act of the Civil Service Act 1993, the PNDC Law 327. This instrument is made this 9th day of January 2025. So it means that yes, when in 2 days after, and will sign this particular executive instrument at that screen, you see Ministries of Civil Service. The following ministers in the civil service are hereby established. So what it means is that one thing within that ministry is dissolved. So and currently, per this executive instrument issued by the president on the 9th day of January 2025, ministries are Ghana high that you recognize it and I may be boarding actually. First one, a Ministry of Finance. After Forson's name has been mentioned already. Then we come to Ministry of Health. We are yet to know the Minister of Interior. Then we have Minister of Defense, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Energy and Green Transition. So energy, green transition has been added because by cultural, the world is going green. The world is this thing is not showing on the screen. Okay, so like I told you, the world is going green. And I'm so ama or that green transition will never count. So ministry will have to get innovative and make sure say this your friend is saying green technology you can't want them you better infuse into the way a manner your energy system you better I go about our your friend saying activities in this country, and I think that is the reason why because the world is going green. Fossil energy, you say we should cut it down. And if you are going green, it is very, very important. See, this is the reason why the last time I was telling you is a lithium. The new age we are good. Amount for use to power vehicles and as for no. And case yes, kitamiye na yankase establish a factory, create connections and make sure say you bet me create viable job opportunities for us for no. But a town free a jan hoko. Then we have a Ministry of Roads and Highways, then Ministry of Transport. Yes, I had a number of issues. I don't know why these two ministries, can bet me a match, but I don't know. President didn't name what he want to achieve with these two. So the fact that we're reducing, that is enough. But roads and highway and transport, over the years, we can always merge it. But I don't know the kind of saying plans are all for these two ministries. But don't forget, road and highway is a huge sector. Maybe you want to focus on building road infrastructure and instead of what decouple from this particular thing. I think the explanation will come later as to why. Then we have Ministry of Sports and Recreation. Over the years, youth and sports. I'm one of the people, like I said, youth side, switch even sports, So there is the need for us to decouple these two ministries. Lo and behold, the president has listened. So today, sports is going with recreation. So there is no more youth and sports. We have sports and recreation. And then we also have Office of the Attorney General and Ministry of Justice. Even the two, some of us have also been advocating, said there is the need to split the two. And then yet split Ministry of Attorney General, your friend is saying Ministry of Justice and the Attorney General, we can split it because of over the years challenges when it comes to prosecution of people, individuals of war party, it has become a big issue. Then we have a Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources. And there is an old ministry. Then we have Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs. Don't forget, Akufo-Addo established Ministry of Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs. That ministry, President Mahama, Aguno Akambom, and the local government, and I think it makes sense. It makes sense. So I know that we are not going to have chieftaincy and religious ministry. And saying there's a ministry na Akufo-Addo and we move about to be seen there. Then we also have the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. It's an old ministry. The Ministry of Communication, Digital Technology and Innovations. And don't forget, there is no Ministry of Information. Ministry of Information, dissolve. So communication will take care of everything because communication is a wider realm. I think the information can come within, even though they are different stuff. But I think communication is a bigger umbrella. It may household information and any other stuff. So this time around, the president got it right again. Our established Ministry of Communication, Digital Technology and Innovation. Then we also have Ministry of Environment, Science and Technology. Ministry of Youth and Sports. Youth and Sports na kama no ntino enye youth and sports biem enti say your Ministry of Youth Development and Empowerment enti ene youth no nka sports ho biem. So a special focus is going to be put on youth development and empowerment. Komakacha said the youth is the future of this country, and I'm so particularly happy about the establishment of this particular ministry. The focus is solely on youth development and empowerment. And one of the people are always the Biamekase, Nipa Bia Ubeshianu Bia our talent. They have something. Sometimes all that they need is a little push. So if this ministry will actually focus on doing this particular thing and doing it well, I'm sure it will benefit majority of the young people in this country. Those who have those innovative, creative talent, the creative power to do stuff, this ministry, can commit to helping them just to ensure that we're able to establish some of these young people. At the end of the day, they can also become, your friend is saying, entrepreneurs. Some can become job creators, not job seekers. There are a lot that this particular ministry can do, and I think that it's very, very, very important that President Mahama has actually taken this upon himself to establish this particular ministry. I think that is a good call. Then we come back to Ministry of Works, Housing and Water Resources, top notch. Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection, Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts, Ministry of Labor, Jobs and Employment, Ministry of Food and Agriculture, Ministry of Fisheries and Aquaculture, and the last one is Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry. So these are the 23 ministries. Your friend saying President Mahama I establish going forward, and I think 23. If each of them have a deputy, definitely you're going to get 46. But I'm not sure any deputies, because if you are to go by the 60, the 16 regional ministers adding up, will tell you some will not have, and I think we're just hoping that people who be placed in this ministry, will do a good job. Nobody is a naysayer. We all want our country to move forward. It's the reason why you saw this overwhelming support. At this time, while we had the opportunity to serve in whichever capacity, you should know. Say the so let us serve the people with dignity, with respect, with due diligence, and make sure we do the right thing. Focus, prioritize the major challenges are facing the average and the ordinary Ghanaian. Say you better move on as a country, because where we are and neman koye neman nedaye and neman shishaye. So we need to just pick it up from there. Make sure say better me done money. And with the way President Mahama has started things, it gives you clear indications that indeed, or you're truly prepared for this job. I know very well that he will succeed. I know very well that he will succeed, because looking at the way it's early days yet, but the signs are and some cutting down ministry, which over the years have become a problem. This directive, and I have seen a new directive, I know so quite one thing about NSASE, and I think a 10th, and about what is a directive to halt the sale and the processing of state and public lands. Very, 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 very important. Let me see if I can put it on the screen. Very, 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 very important. Our new president, my directive is wunia wa ton aban asase anase wa ya ton aban asase amawo abedi oho bia no nkrata asem bia ugusu awo ye ba bia kwa koduru bia bo modern se obi bese obedan wo ho, because aban asase enya de se Ghana for betena se amaya ton amobi enti wo obi a wafa aban asase a this enkrabo obese enkrato we akoma. This is the copy of the letter on your screen. Mediato so my main kind emunsem enchro. The Executive Secretary, Lands Commissioner Accra. Dear Executive Secretary, directive to halt the sale and processing of state and public lands I am directed to formally communicate a directive for the immediate cessation of all activities relating to the sale, lease, or processing of transactions involving state and public lands. This directive has been issued to protect and preserve state and public lands for collective benefit of the citizenry and future generations. As such, all ongoing and pending transactions must be halted without a delay to facilitate a comprehensive review of the current framework governing the management of such lands. You are further requested to submit a detailed report of all recent and ongoing transactions concerning the state and public lands to this office within 14 days of this communication. Your immediate attention to this matter is required. I just love the tone of this letter. I just love the tone of this letter. And as president, I think that is how you should communicate. I just like the tone of this way. I am very instructive, telling guide or lands commission who are not buying said them my friends cronies in that say NIB boss. Ya ton land ni bi man no and Martin Pebu can wo your friend saying and ra or can wo your friend is saying TV3 say amanfa asase return your monsase or chia. You return it. So this is a directive from the president telling them say ensasia enye de mugu so omoton de omoton no nensen de omugu so omoton de omoton we omo process e ho nkrata nyina omunjai na on submit extensive report within 14 days to the president. Enti akoto aban asase a na wadwene se wafa ho dia de ekoye koma. And I like the way Amana he's been frontal going about his activities. I think he would need all of us our support just to ensure that this particular recovery reset becomes a reality. I don't want to take much of your time. My name is Ivan Che Innocent. This is my platform, Che Innocent One here on YouTube. My culture said try and subscribe so that when we upload video, also obenya notification to be part of this intelligent family. Let us grow together. We're a community, learning and always getting exposed to new things. There are a lot to explore within this political space, and I think that is what we are committed to doing. So be part of us. Just subscribe and be part of this family. Say, yeah, the subscription, the video to her, you can also have access to. When you go on YouTube and you enter Ivan Che Innocent, you will see this logo. Dina say just look for the subscription button, subscribe and be part of this family. Let us grow together. There is a lot that we need to do going forward, and I'm sure say with your support, you being part of this family, will help us grow and grow well. When you watch the video, don't just watch it, copy the link and send it to a friend, send it to a friend, to a friend, to a friend, to a friend until the message goes viral. We need to educate ourselves, learn from one another just to ensure that we move this country forward. I say Ghana is a priority, and we are not going to rest until we fix things. Whether we like it or not, we must fix it, even if not for our sake, for the sake of those here to come. It is our duty, you and I, just to ensure that we make contributions. I was there some, I was part some. That is what we need to do. It's not always about chasing cash and then as a form. We need to make sure we change the political narrative, build a legacy that will give a better life. Generation Mbabano would know say yes, some people actually fought for us, and this is our time to also continue. Thank you very much, and I do appreciate it a lot. When you subscribe, just take a minute to subscribe before we go. Me too. Today is Sunday. I wish you'll be a happy Sunday wherever you are. Happy Sunday. You can also follow me on Twitter, now called X. It's Ivan Che _innocent, and Blue Sky. I'm there too. The same name, Ivan Che _innocent, and Instagram I'm there, Facebook I'm there, wherever, all the platforms I was there, even Periscope, wherever you go you find me there. Just let's get interactive, get engaged, subscribe, let's keep talking. Thank you very much. Happy Sunday.